Michigan Gunner 42 here, and this is part 2 of my Christmas installs. And today we've got the SideShot scope cam for phone mounts. And here it is, if you can tell what that is. And so we are going to install that today. I will admit this is not my first go around. I had some issues and I had to make some changes to my gun. And I'll show those later on in the video. But this little part just goes over the scope as far back on the scope as possible. Couple screws to hold it on. So it just kind of goes over like this. You gotta be concerned of like how this goes on as to match up the angle of this adapter. And so since I want to go like this, I have to have it like that. It may pose an issue with installing. I'll flip it this way, that was easier for me to get those screws in. So it's instructed to not put it on tight just yet, so that way later on you can adjust the crosshairs so you're not canted. So there's just 2 of these that go on. So there's that. I'll have to take my cover off. And this basically just slides on, and then you just tighten this down, and that's how you get it on and off every time. But before I put it on, we have to get our phone that we're using and have to get it adjusted for as such, or get the camera lined up with the hole perfectly. So what you need to do, wait while that turns on, but basically you slide it in place. There's these screws here, or knobs, they'll actually tighten it. Some stuff will move freely once you loosen that up. This one here actually has another knob to do some fine tuning, and that's what we're going to adjust first. And then this one here clamps onto the other side. So basically we want to get the camera lined up with that hole. So there's a couple different ways to do it. I'm just going to tighten this down so it doesn't fall off. So, and this top one is used to actually hold the phone in place once you're once you got it in there in the cradle. Okay, so gotta wait for the phone to start. So just bring up the camera. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Camera. Okay. And then you can slide that over, and you can kind of see as I move, picture gets better. You want it kind of right in the center, and then what you can do is actually zoom in to get a better picture when you're got it on your scope. So for now I'm just going to leave it at 1, but what I'm going to do, okay, right about there, and then this is where I'm going to do this end. About there. We can fine tune it later, but that looks pretty good. And then this one here is loose, So what my suggestion is adjust this. Like I said, it's very fine adjustment. Could be doing that in a while. And then go like that. So you go down a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going up. That's why I move the bottom up, so that way the phone is lined up or square with the adapter. I'm going to call that good. So then tighten all these down. Okay. So yep, I can still see stuff. So now, in theory, we should be able to just slide that on. I gotta take the cap up there. Now here, you can see, okay, so you can see the crosshairs are not level. And so all you gotta do is basically just angle this up and the crosshairs will go square. And go too much, it goes the other way. Kind of hard to tell with what I have set up here. But yep, so this is where you need that adjustment loose first. And just keep bringing it down to your square. It's good to have something. Actually, picture isn't all that good. I'm gonna guess that square right there. So I'm gonna go and tighten this up. If need be, I can adjust it later. Okay. Alright, and that's basically it in a nutshell. I mean, you can, this loose already, knob's already loose. But yeah, you just slide it over and then lock her down. And then you're good to film what you're shooting. So let's get in a spot where we can test the crosshairs a little better. Okay, so there's my target. And there's my setup. Now that's only 12 yards. So let's go and get this back turned on. Okay, get the camera going. Alright, so I'm going to zoom this in so we can get a little better picture. Based on that picture, it looks like maybe I could do a little better job. Yeah, there's something not right. I think something got moved. Let me readjust. Okay. So it's perfect this way, but I think it's off this way. So I'm going to loosen that knob on this side. And I can Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Some of those knobs will actually tighten down the other knobs inadvertently. So this is the one I'm trying to loosen. And it is being locked down by these rails here that those knobs hold down. So I'm gonna loosen those a little bit. I'll do a little bit more. Okay, so that just dropped the whole phone. This is gonna be a little hard. Freehand with one hand. But I wanna, oh, I still can't. Let's see. Here, I want to take that off. Okay. Oh, this one here is probably what's holding that one down. Yep, that's what it was. So, flip this back over. Get that kind of back in the cradle. I want to tilt it up so that way I can adjust it more. Okay. So I think that might be good right there. Actually, there. So I tighten that end one down. Okay. Flip it over just for ease, one-handed. I don't know if I needed to loosen those two. If it was just that one I had to loosen up to get this one to move. Okay, they're all pretty good right now. Flip it back over. See how it's moved? That's where this thing comes in handy. Now it will hold the phone in place. Let's put this back on. Okay. Now that looks better. Now that just happens to be my door frame. Let's see. And there's my target. Now I should be able to adjust. Actually, this camera doesn't do justice, but let me switch this to video and start recording there. And you can see how good that looks. Now, I'll zoom in. It will get grainier because it's not that good of a phone. But I'll let you see from that phone what it looks like. And that is on low power. Let's try to zoom in. Now I'm on max 24. So I may not have the parallax correct, and plus the camera is going to autofocus anyhow. It's one thing I haven't quite figured out yet on this. But yeah, that should get me started to start recording some of my stuff. As you can see, you can still see some of the side of the scope there, so I could actually move it more that way to get it centered. But yep, that's it in a nutshell. Next thing is take it out and go shoot. Okay, there is my target. It is 30 yards away. It is cold January morning. About an hour ago it was about 10 degrees. And so here is the gun. I'm just shooting down to there. I do have a stump as a backstop. So I've got it somewhat sighted in there. I don't have parallax adjusted. Let's see. Get to 30. There's 30. You can see the target there. So let's shoot 5 and see how it goes. Okay. Oop. Okay. Zoom in again. And then, oh, I need to change the video. And then let's record. And let's go for it. I need to lower it just a little bit. Oh. Like that, and then I can. That might be perfect. Okay. Whoa. I am way off. Here, I'm gonna zoom in. Quite there, parallax. There's 30 parallax. Man, I am way off. I don't know if it's cold or if, what it is. But I definitely need to recite this in. Okay, we're back in the basement. I think it went pretty well. I do have to sight in my scope again. I don't know what's going on, but I do know. And that goes into the issues that I had. And I'll share those now, but I had to readjust my scope. So I'll show you that footage now. A couple of things I noticed as I was installing this is that on my zoom here, I got a little stub there, and it gets in the way of my bar there. So either I could take it off, then zoom it in higher, put it back in, but I'll probably just have to take it off. That way I can use all my zoom. And then also this bar here is hitting my nuts for my scope mounts. So I'll have to flip that over, and hopefully that doesn't mess up too much with my scope. But those are two of the issues I found so far. Thank you for watching. Until next time, safe shooting.